Hello students, here I have come up with another problem for JEE and NEET aspirants. The problem is as follows. An elevator whose floor to ceiling distance is 2.7 meters starts ascending with constant acceleration 1.2 meter per second square. 2 seconds later, a bolt begins to fall from the ceiling of the elevator. Find the bolt's free fall time. Something like this. Is there an elevator? And it accelerates upwards with 1.2 meter per second square, which is constant. It's an elevator. It is the base of the elevator. Goes up with an acceleration of this. And distance from the top to the bottom is 2.7 meters. What happens after 2 seconds? This bolt detaches from the top and starts falling down. We have to find how much time it takes the bolt to reach the bottom. That we have to find. So what should we do? First of all, we need to find velocity of this elevator and the bolt after 2 seconds. Let me see with what velocity it is moving after 2 seconds. So step 1, velocity of the elevator after 2 seconds. After 2 seconds. How to find that? That's V is equal to U plus AT, the kinematic formula that we can use. That is V, the velocity after 2 seconds. That is initial velocity is 0 plus acceleration is 1.2 and T is 2 seconds. And we get the answer 2.4 meter per second. This is the velocity after 2 seconds. Now step number 2. That is, now the elevator is moving up with velocity 2.4 meter per second, and acceleration of course is 1.2 meter per second square. And at this time, after 2 seconds, when the velocity of the elevator is 2.4 meter per second, this bolt detaches and starts falling in space within the elevator and with free acceleration g, free fall acceleration. But the base of the elevator is accelerating upwards by a equal to 1.2 meter per second square. It may be taken as 10 meter per second square. When this bolt detaches, what's the velocity of this point and this point? Of course, what's the velocity of the bolt when it just detaches? That is 2.4 meter per second. What's the base velocity at that time? That's also 2.4 meter per second. I will show it here. The bolt when detaches has velocity upwards 2.4 meter per second, and base also has velocity upwards 2.4 meter per second. But now this bolt has an acceleration downwards, that is 10 meter per second square, and this base has the acceleration upwards, that is 1.2 meter per second square. So what we do? We have this situation now. This situation. And distance between top and bottom, the distance between top and bottom is 2.7 meters. And the bolt has to cover this much of distance. But here the bottom is also accelerating upwards. The bolt is accelerating downwards. So relative acceleration will be more. So this is second part diagram. Step number 3. Now you see the bolt is accelerating down. G is equal to 10 meter per second square, and the bottom is also moving up. Bottom of this elevator is moving up with acceleration 1.2 meter per second square. It is accelerating upwards. Okay, that's better. But now that's good. But now here this has the velocity uh, 2.4 meters per second, and this also at that time after 2 seconds has also velocity. This bottom has also velocity 2.4 meters per second. Okay, now step 3, in step 3 what we do, what is the relative velocity between this bolt and the base? What is the relative velocity? Relative velocity UR is equal to 2.4 minus 2.4, that is 0. Relative acceleration, what is relative acceleration? Relative acceleration is, but relative accelerations are opposite here and here. When the two vectors are opposite, their relative becomes the sum. It is basically 10 minus of, minus तो करना है, but minus of 10, minus of 1.2, that is 11.2 meter per second square. And what is relative distance? That is 2.7 meters. So this is something that I want to use to get answer the problem. So this I will do. Now let me use the formula, that is step 4. S or relative distance is equal to initial relative velocity into time plus 1 by 2 relative acceleration t square. Okay, now relative distance is 2.7 meters, and what about relative acceleration, the relative velocity, that is 0 into t plus 1 by 2, what is relative acceleration? That is 11.2, t square is t square. It is 2.7 is equal to 1 by 2, 11.2 t square, that is t square is equal to 2.7 into 2 by 11.2. What's t equal to? Time in which the bolt falls from top to the bottom of the elevator, that is root of 2.7 into 2 by 11.2, that is 0.7 seconds. That is the answer. So this was all about a kinematic problem, which is good for NEET students and IIT aspirants. Thank you.